Good morning. Lovely, beautiful day, spring day. I'm going to try and do this painting. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. As Ted Weston would say, the white sheet of paper was the best painting he ever did. And he's probably right. We're going to put paint on and ruin it. But I was thinking of my local flat landscape area. Near me it's a park, Beddington Park, but beyond which is a sort of a desolate area which is being quarried, landfilled, but it's quite remote. It's surrounded by suburban dwellings and factories and things. And I spend a lot of time there, blackberrying or just biking. I'm always on my bike, and I've done quite a few paintings or demonstrations of it. I was thinking of doing a sky tutorial, but the point is pointless because all my pictures have got a sky in, and all you have to do is watch the videos, and they're all more or less different. But I'm very much taken with the Mitcham Common, Seven Islands, very close to the Beddington Park. It's all part of the common area, and it's a small lake with a number of very small islands on it, and it's like a lung in suburbia. It's a very lovely place, and so I'll just do it from memory. I'll just put in a bit of horizon for a lake. I'm using a bit of a graphite pencil, solid graphite, and a bit of a beach coming here. I'm doing a bit of an island here with some trees. That's all spring. Spring is breaking out all over the place now, and we've got trees sort of hanging over the lake, and we've got this distance here with various trees. And although when I paint it I make this look distant, it isn't. It's only about probably no more than 100 yards, 80 yards across, but I like to do put some lovely colours in this area. And we'll have another island here going off there with more trees and things on. So just a bit of an invention really. And what I'll do behind all this is to put in a blue area to stretch the tree landscape back. That's the idea anyway. Now this isn't a wet in wet. I haven't done this one on this Bockingford paper before, so I don't know what's going to happen to it. I'm just going to go in with the paint and see, hope for the best. And then my wife and I are going to get on the train up the road and going to London for the rest of part of the day. Might go to the gallery, the National Gallery, might go to the Tate Gallery, might go to Borough Market, have a look round there, buy some German sausages. All very nice. Right, now there's my palette, filthy dirty from the Brittany seascape yesterday. Just give that a bit of a clean up. Even yesterday's water, which has got quite a bit of gouache floating in it. But since I'm using a new internet provider, the internet is nowhere near as fast as what I had. But it's a matter of just sort of cheaper options. So I can be uploading this if it works, that is. If it doesn't, you won't see it. But if it works, I shall upload this while I go away. It'll take a couple of hours to upload. Right, now, optimistic blue sky. Now, I know some of you are having a bit of trouble with this hake. And I'll have to be quite honest with you, it does take some getting used to. I know I'm making this look simple, and it isn't. So I've done a lot of it over the years, and it always have your cloth by you, and you can also have a spare piece of paper as a tester, just to pin it underneath your painting or above, or preferably underneath, and just touch the brush to see how much water's in it. It holds a ferocious amount of water if you're not careful, and you can get carried away with it, or it'll get carried away with you. Now we'll put in a bit of sienna in there for some warm in the clouds, and then put in a bit of cloud on top, of darker clouds on there. No limit to the skies you can make. There aren't any clouds in the sky today, but nothing worse than a pure blue sky. It's just a bit monotonous. Shouldn't say that after the rain we've had, but there we are. That'll let's just check that down a bit there. That'll do. No more than that. Now, while that's wet, I'll put in a bit of the sky colours in the water. Put the blue in. And over that I can put in the reflections a bit later on of the trees in the background. Now you can see the paint, because I haven't wet the paper all over to start with, the paper's growing alarmingly all over the place, but no matter. Let's give that a bit of a dry. Not too dry, but we'll keep a bit of softness in. Now I'm going to put in the blue background, so that has to be darker than the sky. So this just be over the top, just dry brush it in, corner of the hake. But don't worry about becoming an artist or a hake painter in 5 minutes. It's a wonderful brush when you get used to it. I'm going to go over in front of that with other colours. Now I'm going to put in some lemon yellow in that. Clean it up first. Just dot in some spring greens across here. And as that dries, I can put darker trees in. They're all nice and soft, just soften the paint. It's dried off a bit. They're all very sort of delicate. I hope this comes together as a decent bit of work, but if it doesn't, never mind. And now a bit of a beach with sienna. I'm going to go in front of that anyway with the islands. Then we can just bit of dark. Just using the primaries at the moment. Lemon yellow. If you've forgotten my palette now, go and have a look at other videos, because it's all on there. There's over 300 of them. So that's just the background. Right, now we're going to put in some darker greens now. Now if I can stick to just 4 colours, or 3 or 4 colours anyway. Now, put these in. hairs that stick up. Just pull them out. The eggs do lose their hairs eventually, but they're relatively inexpensive for what they do. I mean, they're quite incredible. Put that in there. Look. Dry brush. I can do that because that paper's dry there. Okay. And lift down. Yes, yeah, just about. Okay. Keep going. So just using the yellow, the lemon yellow, the light red and the blue to give some shadows. Now I don't want to go too mad here because I've got to go over that with my island. Just a bit dark in there. And dark in there. Right, now that looks okay. I can put in some trunks. And yeah, just creating an impression, an illusion. And I can put a bit of shadow under that. Go across there. Okay, that'll do for that. Let's put in some of these islands now. They were nice dark primaries. Let's get that in there. Let's get it going across there. Actually, that's not an island, that's just a beach, isn't it? Never mind. Sienna. Up a bit. Oh, this dry brush is wonderful, isn't it? What a technique, if it works. There's some darker colours in here. Push up with the egg. It's a bit drier. A few flicks. And with the card, oops, sorry, just take a few bits of pebbly stuff out of that. And I'll keep the detail out of that bit. That's too far away. Yeah, that works. Just gives a nice pebbly. Right, that'll do, that's the basis of that side. I've used the wriggle in there as well. Now here we're going to do some more of that. And we'll get this island in here. Just filling in the side and just blocking over here really. Okay, let's get some darks in there now. Same 3 primers. It's a good exercise. This is £140 blocking food, not hot pressed, and it's rough. But it's not that rough. But I love what these papers can do with just a gentle touch of the hake. There we are. Right, now then we're going to elaborate on this. This view is only inspired by the Southern Islands. None of my stuff is photographic or exact likeness. I don't do that. I try to regard this as creating art rather than painting likenesses, you know, how clever I am or not. Let's just fill that in there. Creating something pleasant that you'd like to put on your wall in a nice frame. Alright, let's get some raw sienna in there. Let's warm it up a bit. Okay. Now we'll go in with some heavy stuff and we'll leave the reflections till last. So now, I think we tend to paint, well, some of us tend to paint from stereotypes learnt early on about the colour of trees. But if you look, a lot of trees, the actual trunks are green, grey-green. Obviously they're darker when they're silhouetted against the sun. Which we'll do as a bit of dark, a bit of blue. I'll use the rigger on this a minute. Get a nice dark, shadowy colour in there. Right, and we'll do let's have another one here. Some spring greens, or some green anyway. I'll put more twigs in this. A bit darker, shadowy underneath. Out some of that. And then over here we'll put in some small, I'll use the rigger for those ones. Clean my brush. If you forget to clean your hake, the paint will dry and it's a bit tricky trying to get it all off. Alright, who's pinched my rigger? Oh, there it is. Right, slightly bluer on the other side. A bit. It's just roofing is being done. Just let them look a bit scrawny. Put in the canopy of these in there. I'll just put twiggies in. Right. Darker than that, I think. I'm just using blue and yellow. Go back to the other side, and you need a lot of water on the hake. To go over these lumps on the paper. Now I'm using the hake flat as well. To get a nice wide line, but I don't want to destroy the spontaneity of this because the lines being made with the hake are more regular than the ones made with the hake, if you know what I mean. More mechanical, shall I say. And that's what we don't want, is a mechanical looking painting. Loads of branches on these things. Let's go back over here, the slightly bluer ones. That needs to be a bit heavier in there. I'll use another brush to dry brush those. I think so. Yellow, blue, red. A bit heavier. That's better. Now a bit more blue in the background of that. It's all about controlling the amount of water in the brush. Made that just a little bit too regular there, but and then we can have a nice bit of light yellow. Just on top of there, maybe just to show a bit of spring. Right, now what we're going to do now is the reflections. So we'll just wet the paper don't scrub it. And just repeat what's about. Move the hairs. Once that dries in, I'll put in some marks with the with the rigger. I'll just want to using the edge of the whoops, it's not dry, is it? Now I want that heavier for that to register. Sorry about my head in the way, it's just putting these in here. Bit. Right, there we are. Just sign it. And a couple of points. Got another one. Take that one out. Right, there we are. So I'll put that in mount and we'll see what it looks like and then decide whether it's worthy of putting on YouTube. Let's put that there. Well, it's not the worst one I've ever done. Right, let's zoom in, have a little look. Oh, well, it's all there. We've got plenty of colour in the background. But by putting the blue in behind the main trees, it does stretch. Gives a bit of aerial perspective. Like we've got the pebbles in the foreground. Come out again. I'll move my tripod round, then you're going to, oops, no, that was better as it was. Difficult trying to, oh that's better. Right, there we are. YouTube will ask me if I want to improve the video, but it's me that's moving it. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.